No way. No way. No sound. Well, at least you guys got to see the charts. Wow. I didn't even look at the comments. Holy moly. Wow. Dang. 22 minutes. No sound. That's awesome. Well, I guess it's gonna be longer, right? I guess it's gonna be a longer live stream now. Woo wee. Wow. Wow. Thanks, guys. I wasn't even looking at the comments. Wow. Thanks, free, but no sound. No sound. Can't believe I know. I know. I know. I know. I know. Wow. 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 Yeah, I didn't read the obviously. Yep. 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 Woo. It's a record. I think that's definitely a record. That is definitely a record. Wow. There we go. Yep. 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 Woo. Woo. There you go. Yep. Hey, I don't get paid for these live streams. I don't get paid. I don't have any sponsors. I was definitely locked in 30 ton and 40. I didn't even look at the comments. I was so locked in. All right, so let's do a 22 minutes in 1 minute recap, right? Oh my god. Okay. All right, so here's the 1 minute, 22-minute recap on Bitcoin that I just talked about. The daily chart is bearish. Okay, we got that. We got that. On the 1 hour chart, you can see that where there's bounces and price could bounce back up, let the trending dots and the moving averages kind of catch up. And what I was talking about on the weekly chart was that there was an RSI sell signal. I mean, I showed it all in the charts, right? I showed it all in the charts. And a lot of it was like the rant. Like I had a rant early on, so you missed that. That's about it. Let's start over. Yeah, let's start over. Woo! Should we just hit the rewind button? Oh yeah. Okay. Well, now we're having fun, right? Now we're having fun. Like I said in the intro, I said none of this is financial advice. For educational purposes only, and hopefully we have a little bit of fun along the way, making fun of me. So there we go. Now we have something to make fun of. Daily chart, like I talked about, bearish as of now. Price could bounce, let the trending dots and the moving averages catch up. The 1 hour chart, like I was talking about, was getting oversold, reversal candles, buy signal, and then price come back up. And remember, even the CME gap is at 102,500. So 102,500 is the CME gap. Price could close that gap, let the trending dots catch up, hit some reversal targets on the lower time frames, all while the daily chart is still bearish. Trap some more bulls, but the higher time frames are rolling over, right? The higher time frames are rolling over. We had an RSI sell signal last week, or the last weekly candle, which was yesterday on Sunday. Thomas, aka oh man, what's your YouTube name? What's your YouTube name? I'm drawing a blank. What is your YouTube name? I can't remember. It'll come back to me. BTC. Yeah, Dr. Doc. Yep, there you go. I couldn't remember. All right. Doc. That's what it was. Doc. Okay. Microphone's still good. Yeah, so there was an RSI sell signal. There's bearish divergence on the weekly chart. So the rant part of the rant was, and I'm not going to recap the full 22 minutes. We got so much more things to cover on here, but some of it was the noise, right? The noise. What is the noise? Narratives and news. Narratives and news equal noise. A lot of talk of the tariffs. The week before that was FOMC. Before that was Trump coin. Before that was the elections. Before that was war with Russia and Ukraine. Before that was, now we have the deportation. We always have China, right? We always have China FUD or whatever. Then the AI FUD last week. There's so much stuff going on of why they push price up or down. So that was a little bit of the rant from earlier. And before that, 2020, had the whole COVID situation, blah, 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 blah. It's all a money grab. It's all a money grab, in my opinion, right? Yeah, some people, even in my own family, were impacted by COVID, right? But 10% of the population didn't die. And that's pretty much more of a, that's like, I think the Spanish flu had like massive amounts of people die, right? And I think one of the cures was, or to slow down the Spanish flu 100 years ago, is they put people outside. Good old fashioned vitamin D. Were they doing other things? Probably, but good old fashioned vitamin D. So that was not part of the rant. That's part of that's a whole new entire thing. But the point is, news narratives equal noise, right? There's been bearish divergence developing on Bitcoin from March 2024 all the way till December 2024. Same with Apple. I've already covered that. We'll probably get into a little bit more, but Apple also had bearish divergence the whole entire second half of 2024. And, so a lot of these moves are already developing. So the great thing about that I talked about earlier, when the mic was off, was that smash the like button for having no mic for 22 minutes. Smash the like for that. Hey, I'm human, right? I'm human. I'm not Grok. I'm human. We're gonna make mistakes, and we just gotta laugh at ourselves, right? It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. We all make mistakes. So it's been developing for a while, and most of the assets had bullish divergence at the bottom. Most of the assets have bearish divergence at the top. And then I named MicroStrategy and Algo did not have bearish divergence, right? So there's a few that did not, but most of them had bearish divergence at the top. So it's not a surprise that price is dropping. It's not a black swan event. If price goes all the way back down to the 200-week moving average on Bitcoin, many people will be surprised, but it wouldn't be a black swan event. There's been bearish divergence developing. Will it go back to the 200-week moving average? Eventually. Is it going to go back there tomorrow? No, right? Not tomorrow. I'd be very surprised if it went back to the 200-week moving average tomorrow. Could take months. Could take a year to get back all the way down there, right? We don't know. We don't have a magic crystal ball. But in the shorter term, on the daily chart, there's also bearish divergence, right? So even if this was a higher high slightly or a double top, that's bearish divergence, right? We have a peak, an RSI peak here at 84 on the daily chart, November 11th, right? Price is all the way back here at 89,000. We had a lower peak, higher peak on price, lower peak on RSI, higher peak on price, possible double top, but RSI made a lower high. And now we have another sell signal, right? And it's back bearish on the daily chart. So the probabilities have increased that price is going to go lower, right? I'm not a bear. I'm not a bull, right? But when the charts are bullish, I will be bullish. I'll be posting bullish charts. When the charts are bearish, I will be posting bearish charts. But if I have to identify, I want to hear the rant. Well, you have to learn to lip read. uh, or on YouTube, I wonder if you could do like the English translation or something. I don't know. Subtitles, English subtitles, possibly on YouTube. I don't know. Let me know. But yeah, that's one way you could probably hear it. But you're getting like the shorter version of it. We've already been doing it for like 10 minutes now, so you're getting the shorter version of it. But uh so there we are, right? So there we are. The probabilities are increasing that we're going to see lower prices. And prices already come back into one of the target boxes, right? Expect bounces along the way, but even the weekly chart is showing signs and showing signs and showing signs of longer term reversals, right? So even if price were to hold, you know, all these target boxes, whether it's this target or this target, right? Um, even if price were to find support and hold, and then we end up going higher, the higher time frames reversing just shows that it could take a lot longer than what people think, right? So this would be the bullish case. The bullish case would be it battles, right? It battles, it comes down, hits its target, battles, comes all the way down. Then you start to see like a actual capitulation, right? Price bounces, maybe forms bullish divergence, and then breaks out, right? That would be the bullish case for Bitcoin. That is when the higher time frames are reversing and you get, say you get a weekly, we don't have one yet. It's not even pending anymore, but we get a bearish MACD crossover on the weekly chart. We just had another one on the 5-day chart, right? So odds are the weekly chart will eventually too. Maybe it's this week, maybe it's next week, whatever. And if you're still ultra bullish on Bitcoin and that the cycle is not over, then if the cycle is not over and price is going to go higher, it's still going to take time for the ship to get turned around. And the snipers will be there if the market bosses give us bullish divergence again, right? And one of the things I talked about was in the rant or the ramble, the rant, aka the ramble, is that there was bullish divergence in November and December of 2022. And in the bear market, I said, just give us bullish divergence again. Just give us bullish divergence. And then at the bottom, I said, just give us bearish divergence again. Just give us bearish divergence. Here we are, right? Here we are. So there was bearish divergence, right? Bearish divergence. And if we get bullish divergence, we'll play this too, right? We will play this too. So it could take some time. Now, the bearish case is that, it comes down here and starts closing below target 4, right? Closes below target 4. However long it takes. And there could be a bounce, right? There could be a bounce. But however long it takes, if price starts closing below on the candle, below target 4, then we will be talking about the 200-week moving average, right? So we're not there yet. We're not there yet. So if target 4 doesn't hold, then see arrow, then see there. But we're not there yet. So for now, this is where we're at. There was a sell signal on the daily chart on Saturday. There's a candle close below the trailing dots that I pointed out. I said we don't have a pending sell signal yet. But on Friday, I pointed out that there was a candle close below the trending dots, which is not a good sign. It was starting to look like a possible lower high at 104,786. And that's where we're at right now. Juan Pablo. I'm good. Thank you. Can you please provide update info? Sure. We can take a look at it. Got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. It's possible, right? There is a CME gap at 102,500. Gaps work great as targets, but not all gaps get filled, right? And some gaps might not get filled for years. So there's that, right? There's that. So it's an awareness to put on the chart and to think about of where price could go. The trending dots are also at about 102,500. So, like I said, it could take some time to play out. And if so, you start breaking back below this trend line here, then see this target, right? Then see this target. And then, of course, price breaks below here, see this target, right? The targets are mapped out for a reason. There's a lot of reasons why. But that would if the cycle continues and we do see higher Bitcoin prices, then this would be the way that I see it. Could it just be a bounce as well and create a lower high? Yes, it could. It could, right? It could. So could form bullish divergence, bounce, and then come back down. Right? So that's kind of like multiple scenarios. But you already know my thoughts. This is support until proven otherwise, or this is support until proven otherwise, and this has been support so far. So we'll see if it continues to hold or not. If the higher time frames start to continue to flip bearish, then in my opinion, that trend line is not going to hold. That horizontal trend line will not hold if the higher time frames continue to flip bearish. Again, it could take some time to play out. This breakdown of that trend line, this is just a rough drawing, but shows that it could take another month, right? It could take another month. And that would ultimately be the worst for swing traders, right? Swing trading sideways is my least favorite thing to do. I like to trend hard to the upside or trend hard to the downside. I don't like chopping sideways, right? So that's just me. That's just me. Also, the bias is going to be towards bearishness if the NASDAQ is also rolling over. And you've got NVIDIA that's hit 4 out of 4 targets to the downside. MicroStrategy has hit 4 targets to the downside. Apple's hit 2 targets to the downside. And we're going to get into all of that. So there we are. That's Bitcoin. Let's keep going. Wow. Ethereum, right? So this was starting to look like a breakout with a buy signal and above the downward trend line. But a negative was, and if you did take a position as it's breaking out before the candle close, right, you'd want stop loss in, obviously, right? So, but a bearish thing was that it closed below the trend line, right? And then another fake out to the upside, and then close back below the sell signal and below the trending dots, right? So that was bearish. That was a very bearish move. So this is started to be a fake out to the upside, closed below it, fake out above the trend line again in consecutive candles, and then closed below. So the closes are more important to me than the actual wicks, right? Not everyone has the same viewpoint. And then price goes all the way back below the 200-week moving average. That's not good, right? That is not good. No matter how many ways you slice it, that is not good. So, are you catching a falling knife, right? Are you catching a falling knife? Plenty of room to the downside. MACD is bearish, right? Plenty of room to the downside. It's not even oversold right now. It's not even oversold. Weekly chart had a weekly sell signal last week on which was Sunday, right? Sunday. So Sunday had a weekly sell signal. Its price is back below the trading dots. Trading dots are curling over as well. So RSI sell signal, MACD bearish crossover on the weekly chart, etc., etc., etc. Right? So catching falling knives. All go pending MACD bearish crossover. If you look at the daily chart, was breaking down back here, had a sell signal, and came back tested, and then came all the way back down to target 4. So that's target 4 on Algo. Cardano. Yes, Cardano did hit the 200-week moving average, spiked way below it, right? Spiked way below it, but it's still bearish on the daily chart. It's not even oversold yet. The weekly chart has a pending MACD bearish crossover. Probably had a pending sell signal there for at least a few hours there. And there we are. So that is Cardano. Could have a pending sell signal in the weekly chart in the near future, similar to ETH. We don't know yet. Could, of course, in the short term, bounce, let the trailing dots and everything catch up. So expect bounces along the way, right? XRP, similar thoughts, sell signal. There was bearish divergence, right? Bearish divergence. And now it's reversing back to the downside, right? So that's the daily chart. Weekly chart has a pending RSI sell signal. No sell signal on the actual weekly chart yet, but RSI has a pending sell signal on H bar. Let's stay in the daily chart for now. XRP had a sell signal back up here. Most likely this is bearish divergence. Yep. So bearish divergence followed by an RSI sell signal on XRP daily chart. Woo! Followed by a sell signal. And then 3 out of 4 targets hit to the downside. XLM had bearish divergence, pretty sure. Yep. Bearish divergence back here. Looks like a lower high. And then started to sell back off again. XCN still battling. But from wick to wick, it's already dropped 63% or retraced 63% so far. Had an RSI sell signal, bearish divergence. That correction might not be over yet. Sand. Way below target 4. Way below target 4. Right? Ouch. Ouch. Mana all the way back down to these prices. Basically a round trip. Finally. Finally. At the 22-minute mark. Someone put in the comments that, hey, you can fast forward to the 22-minute mark and the sound will come back. The sound will come back on. Help me out. Help me out. Help me out. Maybe someone already did. Oh, 22 minutes, no sound. Yeah, okay. Yep. Oh, what else? Keep going. Filecoin. All the way back to August. And all the way back down to December 2022. We're basically at the bear market lows on some of these altcoins. Filecoin, right? What a pump that was. Dropped all the way back down. One more exit pump and all the way back down, right? All the way back down. Chainlink wants to come all the way back down to 200-week moving average. It's possible. Solana, near, came all the way back down to August 2024. Dot. Fetch.ai I've been saying for a while that Fetch looks different than all the other altcoins, right? It pumped hard. It made new all-time highs at $3.50, and then it's been in a bear market ever since, right? So ever since March 2024, it's been in a bear market that has lasted 312 days, and there's an 82.5% correction. I've been saying that since all the way back over here. So even on this pump, you know, I've been saying this whole entire time it looks different. I remember way back here, even talking about it on the live streams and stuff, that it looks different than the other altcoins. So, and here we are. It's in a bear market for 312 days, and it's dropped 82.5%. So, let's switch gears. Let's go over to the Magnificent Seven and company, and just kind of take a look at ANF is not part of the Magnificent Seven, but we've been following it since it was one of the top performers of 2023 per internet search, and came all the way down. This is target 3. This is target 4. You got the 200-week movie average down here. Broke this neckline, right? Maybe head and shoulders, right? Regardless, it broke this trend here with that candle close, and then price just continues lower over here. So expect bounces along the way. It could find support here at 114, 115-ish, just above target 3, and maybe even comes in for a back test of that trend line, etc. Otherwise, it could just continue downward. We don't know how it plays out. We just know where the targets are and that it's flipping bearish or bullish, etc. So there you go. That's the weekly chart. That looks more like a head and shoulders ish. It's a long shoulder. It's a wide shoulder. I'm not a patterns trader. I don't think they work out as much as people hope for. And to actually hit the target, except for when it lines up with my own target. So that's ANF. It could take time to play out. That final last breakdown took 33 weeks, and that's what I'm pointing out here. So the reason why is I'm pointing it out for a reason. Oh, let's switch gears. Let's go back over to MicroStrategy real quick, and then we'll come back. No, we'll come back to MicroStrategy. We'll stay on the Magnificent Seven. We'll come back. Apple, kind of drawing this out similar. There's a pending sell signal on Apple weekly chart. There's bearish divergence. There was a reverse candle. Price is below the trending dots. Here, let me move target 1 and target 2 just to keep it cleaner. But yeah, it's below the trending dots, and you can see the trending dots, right? So if the trending dots take some time, if it takes time for this to play out, this would be, pretend this is the trending dots. There you go. Or the moving averages, whatever, right? Whatever you have on your charts. If that's the trajectory of the trending dots, it could look like something like that. And that would be similar to like ANF, where it starts breaking below here. I don't like this trend line based off the weekly chart. It must be based off the daily chart. Probably maybe something like that. Doesn't really matter. Let's see. What else? So that's kind of where we're at right now. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, break that line here and see target 3, probably target 4, break target 4, and see the 200-week movie average and the gap at 173. So pending sell signal, could take some time to play out, could be a battle for a while on Apple, right? NVIDIA had a sell signal on the weekly chart, and here we are, still here. Way before any tariffs, way before DeepSeek. Oh, that's what it was. DeepSeek was last week. DeepSeek was last week. FOMC was last week. China, Russia, interest rates, blah, 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 blah. Tomas, you want me to chart one of them? Let me know what the ticker symbol you're looking at. I think Coca-Cola is KO. No. Is that KO? I can't remember. Let me know one of the ticker symbols that you want me to look at for you. I'll do it. I'll do it. I was wondering why there were so many comments, right? I saw in the chat there was 59 comments. I'm like, what the heck? That doesn't even make sense. They must be talking a lot of smack over there for 59 comments. And sure enough, I was talking without the sound on for 22 minutes. Wow. Wow. Just wow. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. This is the great thing about live stream, right? It's unedited, it's unscripted, and then we can make fun of MCD and KO. Yeah, it was KO. Yeah, KO. I haven't looked at Coca-Cola in a while, so maybe Coca-Cola. I don't know. If you had to choose one, Tomas, which one would you choose? I haven't looked at K in a while. Let me know. So, yeah, so NVIDIA hit 4 out of 4 targets to the downside. You got it. The knockout. There was a rising wedge. Price broke down, right? Sell signal, battled, hit 2 targets to the downside, came all the way back up, created a double wick top, kind of similar to Bitcoin, and then came down, put in a lower high, came down, hit target 3, hit target 4, right? Double wick top, similar to Bitcoin at 109, double top. What else? NASDAQ. So this is NASDAQ futures, gap down as well. If the Magnificent go down, so will the NASDAQ, most likely the SP 500. The reason why they pumped is because of the Magnificent 7. So if the Magnificent 7 go through a bigger correction, so will the NASDAQ, so the SP 500, right? AMD, please. Luis, okay, you got it. Ooh, this is going to be a long one. I might have to go get more water. So pending MACD bearish crossover, pending. There's a gap down on the NASDAQ. Already broke down this trend line. This looks like a possible lower high over here. Talked about it. Back test of that upper trend line. What else? Where's SP 500 futures? There we go. Yeah, one target so far. Close to target 2, but has not hit it yet. Very similar to NVIDIA, double wick top, possible lower high over here. Looks very similar to NVIDIA, right, on SP 500. Dow Jones. Yep. That's about it. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Don't need all these trend lines though. So there you go. There you go. Russell, more bearish. Sell signal on Friday. Wicked all the way down. Has hit 4 out of 4 targets to the downside. There we are there. Dollar hit one target, came all the way back up, back tested this upper trend line. And now it's just somewhere in between. Will it hit lower targets? We don't know. We don't know yet. Now I got PTSD on the microphone. Microsoft breaking down from that neckline that we've kind of mapped out, right? Very similar to ANF. That's why I have ANF on the chart. Looks very similar to ANF. Bearish divergence, lower high. Quite the battle over here. Quite the battle. now breaking down over here, right? Now breaking down over here. And so if you were to kind of draw this out, right? If this was if it were a head and shoulders, right? If you consider that head and shoulders, uh, that's what it would look like on Microsoft. So a lot of reasons why price could come back lower to the 200-week moving average. And we talked about this on the last live stream, right? The last live stream, we covered this. We covered it. We covered it. It was like a good 2-year run. Price came back. Not on Microsoft, but on other ones. And then it was about a nice two-year run. And it's just a matter of, prices overextended and, whatever the noise is out there, price pumps, gets too far extended, and price comes back, right? And price comes back. It's like stretching a rubber band out in one direction. Not only does it come back to the middle, sometimes it even comes back lower and then comes back again, right? So that's Microsoft. Meta, not yet. Amazon, not yet. Google, not yet. Tesla, let's take a look at Tesla. 2 targets to the downside so far. We have a MACD bearish crossing the 0 line and another sell signal, right? So it's been a battle. It's been a battle for, and if we kind of draw this out similar to like ANF and all the other ones, right? That's kind of what I'm looking at here. So you get a candle close below target 2, the probabilities are going to increase that target 3 is going to get hit, maybe target 4, maybe so those gaps all the way down below $260 gets filled, and maybe price does end up all the way back down here, right? All the way down. But you got to get candle close below here, then bounce, right? Then bounce, then maybe, right? So it takes time for it to play out. Could get like massive bounces first and then come back down. So we never know how it's going to play out. Some of these are wild animals. And it just takes time for some of the diehard investors to let go. And some of them never let go. Some of them just continue to hold and hold and hold and buy the dip all the way down, right? So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Is that it on Magnificent Seven? Yep. What else? Bouncing off the 200-week moving average, but for how long? CLSK. This is the Bitcoin mining stock. Never hit that target. Hit multiple targets to the upside, but never hit that one. Could take time for the ship to get turned around on the weekly chart, right? What else? Weekly chart. Still no sell signal on MicroStrategy weekly chart, but again, a lot of similarities to some of the other charts I've already kind of showed where it takes some time and it battles, right? Look at this battle. Look at this battle before the breakdown, right? I mean, there's already a breakdown with the reverse candle and the bearish engulfing candle that I covered on November 21st. But yeah, that's kind of what you're looking for there. So if it kind of bounces around, lets the trending dots catch up, right? Fills that gap. And then we'll see from there. If price doesn't hold target 4, then see arrow. Then see arrow. So that's MicroStrategy. Oh, what else? Hmm. Anything else jump out of this? What is HODL doing today? Some of the Bitcoin ETFs pending sell signal on the Bitcoin ETFs. Gap down to 107, could push back up again. Waiting for the trending dots and everything to kind of roll over would take some time, right? It would take some time for it to play out. See if target 2 gets hit. See if target 3 gets hit. See if target 4 gets hit. You got several gaps, and now you got this gap. It's a tiny gap up there. You have another one here, another small gap there, right? So you got some gaps, and it could kind of like price come back in, fill this one, battle, and then maybe start dropping back below there on these Bitcoin ETFs. So that's what we're kind of looking at right now, right? Pretty decent sized gap at $87.59. If Bitcoin ETFs are hitting targets 2, 3, and 4 and filling some of these gaps, then Bitcoin is 2. Okay. There's that. Oh, what else? They all start looking similar. 10-year yield. Google, Target. What was one of them? KO. I don't think I have KO on here anymore. Do I have KO on here? I'm gonna have to look. Netflix. I haven't looked at it. Not yet. Yep. What else? Trump. Oh, ouch. Ouch. You gotta drop down to a lower time frame to see this one. So price is down here, like $2, pumped all the way up. Wasn't this around the swear-in, right? And then now it's just been down only since then. Down 80%, 368 bars, 1 hour bars, right? If you meme, don't forget to sell in a FOMO. Could have flipped back around, sure. Could have get a pump back up, maybe. But that would be good time to get out. Doggy coin, 0.002. Wow. Wow. Got that sell signal on the daily chart back here, December 2024. And it's been down since. Down 80%. Was down. Okay. All right. Let's see. There was a couple of requests. KO. What else? Oh, yeah. The first 22 minutes is hilarious. The first 22 minutes, doing a ramble, doing a rant, talking about Bitcoin, covering charts with no sound on. Johnny C. Good to see you back on here. What else? Did I miss any besides KO? There was a couple chart requests. I was wondering why there was 56. When there was 56 comments, I didn't see 20. If I saw 20, I would have been like, what? And 30, I would have been, what? And 40, I would have been, what? And then when I saw 56, I was like, oh, what is going on? So that's when I saw it. I was like, oh, no microphone. Oh, classic Jesse on a live stream. Because we don't edit or script any of this. Where are the chart requests? No, it was just 22 minutes, buddy. Yep. Where are the chart requests? Velo. There it is. There it is. One. All right. Velo. I didn't forget about you. Mm-hmm. Yep. Still bearish. Weekly chart. You see, had that reverse candle at a lower high, still spiked higher, right? Still spiked higher on that weekly chart. So just keep that in mind. Even if there's an RSI sell signal or a MACD bearish crossover on the weekly chart or a reverse candle, doesn't mean price can't bounce off the trending dots, spike above, and then close all the way back down, right? Close all the way back down. So there you go. That's Velo, bearish on the weekly chart. You get the trailing dots all the way back up here. Doesn't mean it couldn't come in and put in a lower high, right? Maybe there's another lower high over here, but it's currently bearish on the weekly chart, bearish on the daily chart. Not much really to report. KO. What do we got? What do we got? Did it find bottom? So this is exactly what I'm talking about. How price came all the way back to the 200-week moving average, right? So you can see it did back here. Price comes all the way back, all the way back, all the way back. Price goes all the way up. Price comes all the way back to the 200-week moving average. So could be a bounce, right? It is bullish on the daily chart as of now. Could be a bounce and a retracement in the works. Caution is that it's still bearish on the weekly chart, but price is starting to get back above the trending dots. The ship could start to flip around, right? So it's possible, but as of right now, it hasn't. It's bullish on the daily chart as of right now, and that's about it. So let's see the monthly chart. Boom. 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 Right? Trending dots. So somewhere like that. But a lot of times there's a nice bounce off the 200-week moving average, right? For Coca-Cola. So you can kind of see that, back here, here. So could get at least a nice bounce. And if you do the eyeball test, right? Probably target 1, target 2, target 3, maybe target 4, right? So if there is a bounce, maybe it comes back up into target 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4, puts in a lower high and comes downward, right? So that's kind of what you'd be watching over there. If I don't know if you're long or short. I don't know. And while the weekly chart takes time, right? Could flip back around like this, just take some time, and then finally come back up. What else? AMD. Bearish. Bearish on the daily chart, right? Hit 3 out of 4 targets. I haven't looked at this in a while. 3 out of 4 targets to the upside. Never hit the 4th target. Not all targets get hit. And then lower, right? So that's a bear market, obviously. And this is a nice bounce. So here's what I talked about on some of the stocks and or crypto assets. Price comes all the way back down to target 4. This is the classic Wall Street cheat sheet, by the way. Another one. Like I've pointed out SMCI. SMCI was a classic Wall Street cheat sheet. So you got this massive pump all the way up. 140%, right? I've seen bigger ones, but like SMCI was like 2,000% or more. And then you have this big decline of nearly 40%. That is classic Wall Street cheat sheet. Then you have, excuse me, from target 4, you have the retracement followed by the bear market, right? So that's classic. It came all the way back down to the 200-week moving average. Now it's below it. So it's below it. Many investors consider that bearish. Obviously, I wouldn't be waiting for that. But we don't know where bottom is, right? We don't know where bottom is. So usually it's a good time to DCA around the 200-week moving average. But not always, right? But not always. You can go all the way back to 2006. The price went 91% below the 200-week moving average. Go all the way back to 2001 .com bubble. Price went 82% below the 200-week moving average. So not always a good time to dollar cost average below the 200-week moving average, right? Whew. Let's not even go there. 200-week moving average. 200. All right. So, and if AMD goes all the way back to the 200-week moving average, if SMCI goes all the way back to the 200-week moving average, like it has, if MicroStrategy goes all the way back to the 200-week moving average, if NVIDIA goes all the way back to it, if Apple goes all the way back to it, if the NASDAQ goes all the way back to it, and possibly even below it, then Bitcoin for sure will go all the way back down the 200-week moving average. Will for sure, if the other ones are. No matter what the narratives are, that it's flight to safety or whatever they call it. It's still a speculative asset. And I think of it more of as a tech company than I do a hedge, right? Against the markets going down. Against inflation and money printing, yes, I'll give you that. But if the overall tech market, if the overall NASDAQ SP 500 is going through a bigger correction to the 200-week moving average, then so will Bitcoin. That's my opinion. So take it for what it is. We don't know. But several other ones already are. And could it go up in the shorter term first? Yes, it could. Will it? We don't know. Yep. Still, I don't get it why you're having sub 100. Thank you. Appreciate that. Well, there's a couple reasons, right? Number one, when I was growing faster in 2021, I posted a lot more, right? That's number one. When price is pumping and my charts are bullish, then you get more followers. That's number two, right? So even in a bear market, many influencers were posting bullish, massive charts all through 2022, and they gained a lot more followers than my bearish charts, right? Number three, you should, if you want to grow your Twitter X account or any social media, you want to spend time building uh, buddies or allies or people who or big accounts that share your work, right? I don't do that. I did in 2021 naturally. I didn't have a plan to do it, but I did. But I was doing that. Looking back now, when I was growing faster, because I've analyzed my own posts today versus back then, and so that would be another like growth hack if you're trying to grow on social media. You should probably build alliances with people and post either really great charts uh, or compelling posts and get them to share your stuff, right? And and part of that is you sharing their stuff and commenting and reposting and all that stuff, right? So I don't do it. I don't just don't spend a lot of time on it. I spend nowadays I spend probably most of my time always trying to find a better trading bot solution. I'm still running my trading bot, and I've got like 20 different trading bots that have been built, and always just trying to look for improvements to automate the process and continue to make it better and better and better and better. That is the goal, and so I don't really have time to grow Twitter. I haven't had time to I mean, I post on Twitter, but I haven't like strategically tried to grow uh with all those reasons that I just for all the ways that I just mentioned. Um and I haven't had time to do my free newsletter. So it's been a long time. I still pay $80 for the newsletter service, subscription service per month, but I haven't even posted a free newsletter in probably a year. I don't even know. It's been a while. It's been a while. I don't know if I'm going to continue it or not, but I just haven't had time. I've been putting every ounce of my energy. Of course, I have a 7-month-old baby, uh, and I still post a lot of charts, and I do swing trading myself. And then any extra time and energy I've been putting into the trading bot. So trading bot's not even number one. Obviously, family and the 7-month-old baby girl is number one. And then number two is swing trading. And then number three is the trading bot. And then four, social media. So way down at the bottom. Woo. Juan, tell. You got another one? You got another one? All right, we'll do tell. Yes, nicely. Thank you. Thank you for asking nicely. Probably looks similar to the other ones though. So I probably won't spend too much time on it. But we can look at it. Weekly chart, daily chart. Flipping around though. Bitcoin dominance. That was a massive pump. I didn't personally trade it, but probably you or someone else had me chart it, and there was bullish divergence followed by a higher low, followed by a breakout to upside. That was a massive pump. No bullish divergence over here. So I guess if you get a buy signal and price starts getting back above over here, then it's possible it takes off to the upside. I would just be cautious. You got another, you know, bullish milestone. If you start getting candle closes above over there, so you got some resistance to get through. Uh, you've got you got a lot of resistance over here. So if it, oh, let me fix that. So if you get through all of that, right? Say you got a buy signal and you're getting closes above there, then you could see a much bigger move, possibly to the upside. So a lot of resistance right there. So will it break through? We don't know. We don't know. A lot of resistance. Get through that, looks good. If not, then probably going back down to visit visit the lows. Just kind of getting closer to a pivot point over there, right? So red, green. There you go. That is the resistance. Probably go something like that. There it is. There's your unbiased, neutral. We're somewhere in the middle as of right now. We are somewhere in the middle right now. Will it break out to the upside or will it break out to the downside again, right? Expect fake outs along the way. So whatever it does in the interim over here, it'll break out, break down. So let's see. Weekly chart. Still no sell signal on the weekly chart, but it could put in a lower high. There was an RSI sell signal. No MACD bearish crossover yet. The histogram is decreasing though, so keeping all that in mind. If you're buying the rip, if you're buying the dip, don't forget to sell that rip. There you go. If you made me choose one, probably be like that. If you made me choose one, but it's somewhere in between right now. What else? Yep, covered that one. What else? 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 Man, we had a lot of comments on the no mic. That's the longest I've ever gone with no sound. I think the previous record was like 5 minutes, right? Previous record was like 5 minutes. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how it happens. If you think Bitcoin's going down without a fight, it will. It'll have a fight on its hand. If it goes down lower, especially down to these prices, it's going to be a battle. It will be a battle. Mic check. Probably should do a mic check. It's probably a good idea. Someone said it too. I was in the zone for 22 minutes. I didn't even notice all that. Remind me next time. I've run out of steam. I've run out of steam. So yeah, that's it. H bar, XRP, XLM, XCN. Rari all the way back. Woo. Mana, Filecoin, Chainlink, Soul. Near. Wow. Dot. Still. Boom. I think that's about it. Silver. Yeah. Excuse me. Hour and a half, huh? 22 minutes of it was with no sound. Yeah, I think on that, we'll just call it there. Well, we could probably start $100,000 Bitcoin watch party. Should I change the title? With that, hope everyone has a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your week. I'll be posting charts on Twitter X app, and of course, I'll be posting in the Discord as well. With that, have a good rest of your day. And if any new big developments happen, we'll probably do another live stream this week. But if not much is really happening, then I don't feel the need to jump on every single day. But last Monday there was pending sell signals on Bitcoin, and definitely thought it was important to jump on. Price went up a little bit higher, and then of course came all the way back down. Right, came all the way back down. So that's about it. With that, have a good rest of your day. Thank you for all of your support. I appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next live stream. Adios.